We are The Table, and we're so glad that you have taken time out of your week to join us. Welcome to our segment, In 5, where it is our hope that we will guide you forward in life and faith in the next 5 minutes. If you would like to take this conversation deeper and discover from a faith perspective, head on over to thetablejoliet.org.
Hey friends, welcome to N5 episode 12, where we are talking about can't we all just get along? We're talking about relationships. That's right, how to be leaders in relationships. And so I want to start with a story. Not too recent ago, maybe a few years ago, I thought it would be a great idea to continue a smoldering fire with gasoline. Now, I've done this before, probably not the brightest idea, but I thought, hey, let's give it a go. And unfortunately, I got a little bit too lengthy in my pouring technique. And the next thing I know, the fire is traveling up the stream of gasoline and onto the gasoline can. And in a moment, my life flashed before my eyes. And unfortunately, I thought, this is the end of my life. I'm going to go to the hospital with third-degree burns. Surprisingly, though, it didn't blow up, and so I just frantically dropped the gasoline can. I don't know why, in the fire pit. Apparently, I thought it'd be better in the fire than creating another fire, so drop it in the gasoline pit, take off running, and I'm just remembering what it was like a few weeks ago when I just put a couple drops on a fire, and a loud boom and plume went up, and now I'm doing the ratios. And I realized that compared to what I put on a fire a week ago, and it was like a drop. It was just like a drop to what was in the container. And so I was just waiting for everything to just blow up. To my surprise, though, some engineering genius thought of an idiot like me. And here's why. I bet in the engineering process of creating a gasoline can, somebody said, I don't think anybody's dumb enough to put gasoline on a fire, but in the event that they do, we should probably have a backflow plan. And so I am so thankful that God has made people to design idiot-proof products for people like me, because otherwise I may not be here. And so to my surprise, the fire actually didn't go in the container, just stayed around the rim, which gave me the chance to put it out, and everything was okay. It was great. But here was my lesson. I'll just say this. Never again have I put gasoline on fire. In fact, I would just say this to yourself. Don't put gasoline on the fire, right? You can say that if you're sitting with somebody and you're watching this, look at them and say, don't put gasoline on the fire. But here's the interesting truth. You ready for this? Here is the truth about you and about me. We're going to pour a little bit of gasoline here. All right, we got just a little bit. Here's the truth about you and me. We love a really good fire. In fact, and when it comes to our relationships, you and I know that when things get heated and when our tempers begin to flare, so many times we pour gasoline on the fire. So, you ready for this? Yeah, did you really think I would light this thing on fire? No. You know that logically I wouldn't do that. But why are we pyros when it comes to our relationships? Are you with me on this? That so many times when we get heated and we get frustrated, we just go off the deep end and we say things we don't mean. We get in people's faces. We send mean messages. At the end of the day, we love pouring gasoline on the fire. And here's the main problem for you and for me, is that oftentimes we react first and we rethink after. We react first and we rethink after. So many times we walk away from a conversation and you're driving down the street or you're looking in the mirror and you're thinking to yourself, man, I wish I would have said that. Or man, if I wouldn't have said that, the conversation would have gone so much better. And so a lot of times our problem is we continue to pour gasoline on the fire because we react first and we rethink after. And so today I want to share this proverb with you, this wisdom with you. And it says this, it says, a gentle answer deflects anger. but harsh words make tempers flare. I love this because the word gentle answers are our backflow plan. And I know you're thinking, gentle answers, man, like that's for the meek, that's for the weak. Like nobody wins an argument by giving gentle answers. And so here's the cool thing. In ancient wisdom, the word could also mean inexperienced. And I love this, that whenever we find ourselves in heated moments, we come to it from an inexperienced posture. I mean, think about it. When is the last time that you started something new and you came to it pretending like you knew it all? Never, right? You wanted to know, you were asking questions, you wanted to grow in what you were learning. Like nobody comes to the table, nobody comes to the boxing ring, nobody comes to a job inexperienced and pretends like they know it all. If you do, probably not going to take long to get fired. And so when we come to something inexperienced, we're asking all the questions. And I think this is so important that when we come to an argument, like we don't need the answers. When things get heated, right, between you and the person you're dating or you and your spouse, like we don't need to pull out our laundry list of things that went wrong and things they'd done wrong. No. Like we need to come inexperienced to the situation. And that means coming with all the questions. And here's the question that I love to ask, and I hope this helps you. One of the questions that I love to ask when I'm really upset, or I'm really frustrated, or somebody doesn't do something that they should do, or they don't respond to my email quick enough. One of the questions that I love to ask people, and this is what I want you to do whenever you're feeling frustrated, or you feel like a situation's getting hot and heated, just ask this question. Help me understand. Help me understand. Because when you begin to ask that question, instead of just spouting off whatever is at the top of your mind, you are rethinking first and you'll react after. And I think it's important that we think about how we approach every situation. Lastly, I would just say this to you. De-escalate drama. This is something I'm learning. This is a practice that I read somewhere else, and it is so good that we need to people who drop the drama. And the way to do that is this. In every situation that you find yourself, rate it from 1 to 10. 10 being like, we should just like get really upset about this. And 1 being like, this doesn't even deserve my attention. So whenever I'm in a situation, what I try to do is I try to say, oh, this situation, my kids brought wet shoes in from the snow. Is this a 10? No, it's probably more like a 3. And so what I try to do is emotionally, I say, I need to be at a 3 or just underneath it. And that to me helps so much because it allows me to sort of slow down, rethink first, and react after. All right, I think that's all the time we have for today. We'll see you again next week.